Yo, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Look, if you're a beginner or you're just starting out in Magic, this trick here will make you look like you've been doing Magic for years. It's an incredible card trick, and David Blaine has done it a few times on television. And I'm going to show you exactly how it looks, and I'm going to teach you how it's done. So, if you're ready, don't forget to like the video, please. It helps the channel out a lot. So, basically, you give the cards to a spectator. You can even use a borrowed pack as well, and they shuffle them. And then they give them back to you. And what you do is you explain to the spectator, look, I'm going to deal some cards onto the table, and all I want you to do is just count them out loud. And so we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now there are genuinely 10 cards right there. You explain to them now that what's important here is the values that's on the cards, not the cards themselves, but the actual value that's on them. Let me explain. So what we'll do, we'll just recap for a second. So we've got 1, turn it over, 2, 3. You hand these to the spectator to do the exact same thing. So they continue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You then instruct them to put these cards inside their pocket. Now we're going to use this here because I don't have a pocket, and there's nothing inside here. So they will place the cards inside their pocket, and we'll leave those to the side. You then get the spectator to shuffle this pack again, and you explain to them, remember, the value that's on the cards is what's important here. You then ask them to choose a card, and so they reach in and take a card. Let's say they take that one right there. That is the selection. You place it somewhere back into the pack, give it a cut, and you're done. You then talk to the spectator and you say, how many cards did you count on the table? They will say 10. Perfect. And in your hand, how many did you count? They'll say 10. Okay, and where did you put those cards? Oh, I put them in my pocket. Perfect. And you've also selected a card. Remember in the beginning I said the value is important. So if it's a queen, it's a 12, king, 13, you get the idea. So what was the value that you chose? They're obviously going to say, well, it was 3. Perfect. Okay, so in the beginning you counted how many? 10. And in your hand you counted to 10. And where did you put them? In your pocket. You then say, look, because you've chosen the number 3, I am going to remove 3 from here and shoot them into your pocket. And you do that like this, 1, 2, 3. And then you build the suspense and you say, I want you to take the cards out of your pocket, and you'll feel that the cards are a little bit thicker than before, and count them onto the table because I've just added 3 to your pile. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 cards, 3 from the pack. That's a miracle. If you want to look like a pro, this is the one you want to learn. Perfect. So here is the explanation to this really cool card trick. And I swear I do this in my professional gigs, and I get some crazy reactions from it. Honestly, it really plays big, and it's so simple to do. So this is how it works. It's a genuine pack of cards. They can shuffle them, you can borrow a pack, whatever you want to do. So the first step is you want to explain to the spectator that you're going to deal some cards onto the table face up, and you're just going to get them to count them. So we count to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what's important with this whole trick is your wording, so how you actually emphasizing what's happening here. And there's genuinely 10 cards on the table. There's not 13, there's just 10. So once you've dealt the 10 cards onto the table, you explain, and this is how you get your misdirection on this side here. You say to them, what's important with this trick is the values. That's going to come into play very shortly. Not the cards, but the value. And what I've just done here is when I've said not the cards, I've just spread through and I've taken 3 here. So you don't want to make it too obvious like you're doing this. What you want to do is you want to spread through, because you're going to catch a pinky break under those top 3 cards. Okay, so what you do is you say what's important is the value, not the actual cards themselves. As you come back, I turn my hand over and I've actually got a pinky break underneath those 3. Super easy move to do, okay? So you say, look, the cards aren't actually important, it's the value, and you've just got a little pinky break under your pinky there. So, sorry, on top of your pinky. Now from here, what you do is you're going to scoop the cards up, and in that action of picking them up off the table, you're actually putting these on top of the break. So on top of those 3 cards, so you're adding 3 to the 10, okay? So I'll do that again. So from here, remember the value is important, not the actual cards themselves. Turn over and just scoot them up. And by putting your hand down on the table there, it's actually giving you a perfect reason, because you're trying to pick all these up. And then as soon as you've got them on top, you just turn these over and then you hold all 13. So what you've got now is you've got 10 cards face up, and those 3 extras that you've added are face down at the bottom there. And you don't need any more breaks, you just go from here. So the next part is you're going to count them. You're going to go, look, I've got 1, 2, 3. When I get to 3, I usually say, as a matter of fact, I'll let you finish. And so when you hand them to the spectator, there's 2 things happening here. They are going to continue counting, and make sure you say count them out loud. And while they're doing that, I take back the pack and just watch them count. So it'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they've just counted 10 cards, but really what you've done is you've just counted the first 3. So there's now 13 cards here, and you say to them, look, I want you to put these in your pocket. All right, so we'll just put that there, it's in the pocket. And then you ask them to give these a shuffle as well. And then what you do is you recap. Remember, what's important here, now this doesn't help me because the 2 3s are on the bottom, so we'll just shuffle again. What's important, remember, it's the value that's on the cards. Now what I've done is I have just cut a 3 to the top of the pack to do a force. So I go through and say, look, remember the values are important. I look for a 3, and then I say the values are important, boom, I now have a 3 on the top. So what happens though, if you see all 4 3s inside this pile here? So what if when you're dealing them face up in the beginning, you actually deal all of the 3s? The only way out of that is to change the number. And what you want to do is you want to use a 2. The reason I say 2 and not a 4, or add 4 or 5 cards, because the pile gets suspiciously thick, okay? And so I'll just then force a 2. So if I see when I've dealt the 10 in the beginning that all 4 3s are there, I'm only going to say, look, remember the cards are, the value is important, not the cards, and I'm just going to catch a pinky break underneath the 2 cards. All right, so anyway, we've got 3. So I say the value is important, yada, yada, yada. I make sure I get it to the top. Now we're going to force it. Now there's a couple of forces that you can use. You can do the riffle force, where you swivel the cards over and catch a pinky break, and you just riffle like that and break at the pinky to bring the 3. Or you can do, this is the easiest one, not the most convincing, but if you do it right, it is. You can do a crisscross cut. And basically you say, look, cut the cards in half, and you take the other pile and you say, look, I'm going to mark where you cut. It doesn't look that convincing, and I've never really liked it, but trust me, for laymen, it flies right over their head. And they now think this is where the cut is, which is going to be the 3. Okay, so once you've forced the 3 on them, you ask them to place it somewhere in the middle, and they can give them a shuffle if they want. And this is where you start to blow their minds. You say, do you remember in the beginning, I counted some cards on the table. How many did you count? They'll say 10. Okay, and how many did you count in your hand? It's important to say these things because you're re-emphasizing, yeah, there was definitely 10 on the table, and in my hand I counted to 10 as well. And then I say, where did you put the cards? They say, in my pocket. All right, perfect. And now you've just chosen a card. Remember, the value is important. And they'll say, okay, I chose a 3. And then you say, now all I have to do is get 3 from this pile into your pocket. So you go 1, 2, 3. build a bit of suspense. This is your magical moment coming up. And you say, I've just put 3 extra cards into your pocket. They don't believe it. And then they obviously take them out. And then they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then everyone goes wild. It's honestly, it's so simple, but it's probably one of the most simple, not really self-working, but craziest tricks that I do at one of my professional gigs. I did it recently actually, and they literally thought I had somehow slipped in 3 cards earlier in the evening. It's that good. As long as you get the wording right and just keep re-emphasizing that, look, remember you counted 10, and then how many did you count in your hand? Oh, 10. It puts this image in their mind that there's no way there's any more cards than 10. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. It does help me make more content like this. It really does. And if it's your first time here, welcome. And let me know what you thought of this trick in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. See you later. Bye-bye.